Hi guys, today we are here to explain about our minor project which is human gesture recognition with head and body movements using RNN in deep learning, supervised by T. Kujni ma'am, assistant professor. Myself Tejasvi and my teammates are Samir and Rakesh. This is the agenda which we are going to discuss about, and let's continue with the abstract.
Human gesture recognition is an important topic in present life. Normally, gestures means non-verbal communication between one to another. For example, these can be applicable for interaction between robots and humans, or smart TVs or smartphones, etc. These projects can be implemented and applying for controlling the electronic gadgets. The deep learning is a concept of machine learning, and LSTM and recurrent neural network is a concept of deep learning. The deep learning become a reference methodology for obtaining good performance areas similar to computer vision.
The aim of the project is to recognize human gestures based on the movements of head and body of a human being using recurrent neural networks in deep learning. The scope of the project is to recognize human gestures with head and body movements and to make it easy in real-time applications like smart TV and chatting app. With the growth of the technologies like smart TV, smart home, etc., the demand for human gestures has increased for better natural interaction and ease of use. It is the way of the machine to translate the gestures into some meaningful commands. They can classify the problems efficiently and accurately. There are mainly three sub-problems which acquire informative information, establish the gesture by using features, and finally classify them. To get a better accuracy is another problem. Common approach in gesture involves sensor-based approach which may cause irritation to the person or the user. But we have not included any wearable sensors in our project. To solve all these drawbacks, we have introduced this project. Using this project, we can recognize different head and body gestures using recurrent neural networks. We'll give video as an input and get an output of the gesture. To solve any drawbacks related to recurrent neural networks or memory issues, we have introduced long short-term memory also in our project. Here is the literature review for our project. Here we have included about only 10 papers, but we have many more papers which discuss about the gesture recognition, recurrent neural networks and LSTM. Now let us discuss about the design and methodologies of the project. The first module includes data collection and training with deep learning algorithm. First, we'll collect the data which is trained using deep learning algorithms. The collection of data is not an easy task. We have collected different head and body movements. Here I have shown an example of head data set. And then the training of data, in which we can also train the data with the sample ID, where the person is wearing glasses or not, tilt orientation, that is the angle of the head, and pan orientation. Module 2 includes gesture recognition. It is a computing user interface that plays a vital role in many real-time applications. Some of the examples are smart home, sign language translation, virtual environment control, robot remote control. It can be done using deep learning and machine learning algorithms, but in this project we have used deep learning algorithm along with recurrent neural networks and LSTM. Module 3 includes recurrent neural networks. Recurrent neural networks is a class of ANN in which the neurons are possible to send signals to each other. The neurons are able to send feedback signals to each other. A recurrent neural network has a memory which remembers all the information about what has been calculated. ANN or CNN expects a fixed size vector as an input, but in RNN it's not so. RNN allows us to operate over a vector sequences. Here we can see in the shown figure that a single recurrent neural networks provides the output to its input. Next module includes LSTM, which stands for long short-term memory. RNN suffers from short-term memory. So to overcome this issue, we have included LSTM. The main components of LSTM are forget gate, input gate and output gate. Cell state is also a component of LSTM. Forget gate will decide what to forget from the previous memory you need. The input gate will decide what to accept and the output gate will update the memory. Standards and policies of the softwares used. Personal computer should have Intel Core i5 RAM of 8 GB. NVIDIA should be installed with GRU drivers. Python is a programming language which we have used in our project. Next software is TensorFlow. It is an open source platform for machine learning. It is an open source stage for AI. It has adaptable environment for libraries and local area assets. We have also mentioned the minimum standard of the software used. CUDA is an equal registering stage and application programming interface. In implementation, we have included architecture, data flow, use case, and sequence diagram. In architecture diagram, we can see the whole process of our project. We'll collect the data, train it, and send it to the input layer. Then, in the hidden layers, regression algorithms and LSTM are applied, and then in the output layer, we'll recognize the gesture. The data flow diagram shows the flow of the data from the input layer to the output layer and how the gesture is recognized. This is the use case diagram of our project. Now let us see the sequence diagram. This shows the whole sequence of the project and how it is implemented. Now we'll see about the testings. We have included unit testing, integration testing, functional testing, white box testing, and black box testing. We'll discuss about these types of testings later when we are discussing the code. Here is the input image of our project. This is the input code which we will give to the project, and this is the output image of the project. This is the accuracy graph of the project. This is the confusion matrix which we will get about different gestures. Most of the approaches in gesture recognition apply CNN. In our system, we have applied RNN. RNN model implemented for image processing increases the efficiency of the program in comparison to pure CNN model. The data was collected, trained using RNN deep learning algorithm. The head and body gestures which have been collected are tested. In future, more gestures can be added using different algorithms of deep learning or machine learning. These are some of the web reference links which we have referred for our project. References. These are some of the references papers that we have referred for the project. This is the poster that we have made with reference to our project.
Before going to the code, I'm gonna say a few points. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in deep learning techniques. Deep learning is a general term for neural networks method which are based on learning representation from raw data and contains more than one hidden layer. The network learns many layers of nonlinear information processing for future extraction and transformation. Each successive layer uses the output from the previous layer as input. Into the code, these are the basics input libraries, which is a basic requirement to run the program. Here we see labels. We are giving 6 classes as the input: jumping, waving jacks, boxing, waving 2 hands, waving 1 hand, and clapping. Then here we can see dataset path. Dataset is nothing but publicly available and annotated dataset has been used to evaluate the performance of the proposed approach. And here we are seeing the addresses. The addresses is nothing but where we can store our the dataset in our system, and that addresses here we are giving, and here we are giving 32 steps. The main purpose of this code is we are going to train and test the data to get the better accuracy and confusing matrix. Training is nothing but the observations in the training set form the experience that the algorithm uses to learn. In supervised learning problems, each observation consists of an observed output variable. It is important that no observation from the training set are included in the test set. If the test set does contains examples from the training set, it will be difficult to assess whether the algorithm has learned to generalize from the training set or has simply memorized it. Testing techniques are unit testing, functional testing, integrated testing, white box testing, and black box testing. First of all, unit testing is nothing but in unit testing each component or invisible units of the software shall be tested. The aim of the testing is to check internal data structures, logic, boundary condition for input and output data as per the design. And functional testing is an approach that is used to verify every functionality in the code of the software, and each function compiles with the given requirement function. While coming to the black box testing, it is also a type of software testing which checks for the functionality of the software or an application without knowing the design. So here also in black box testing also some techniques are included: equivalent posturing, boundary value analysis, cause effect graph, and error guessing also. And coming to the next point, here we are using RNN with LSTM. As you know, RNN is nothing but a recurrent neural network or the state of the art algorithm for sequential data, and basically it is used by Apple, Siri, and Google Voice search also. and it is a first algorithm that remember its input due to internal memory, which makes it perfectly suited for machine learning or deep learning problems that involve sequential data. And LSTM is nothing but long short-term memory. It is an artificial recurrent neural network architecture used in field of deep learning. Unlike standard feed-forward neural network, LSTM has feedback connections. It cannot only progress single data points but also entire sequence of data. And in this code we are using up to 300 approach, and here we having hidden layers are 34 and classes are 6. As I said, here we are using up to 300 approach. If we increase the approach, the accuracy of the graph will be increases and time series will be increases. Here batch set is 5 to 12, and after this, after giving approach, it will print shape, x shape, y shape, and mean standard deviation. Printing the accuracy and confusion matrix, we are getting the accuracy up to 0.96, 0.99, up to 1 we are getting the good accuracy, and we are getting the confusing matrix. We all have the what is question, what is confusion matrix. It is a technique for summarizing the performance of a classification algorithm. Classification accuracy alone can be misleading if you have an unequal number of observations in each class, or if you have more than 2 classes in your dataset. Calculating a confusion matrix can give you a better idea of what your classification model is getting right and what type of errors it is making. And after running this code, we are getting the good accuracy up to 1 point and confusing matrix also.